everyone. It's Friday night. Do you know where your children are? I know where mine are. Real far away. Real far away. Like all over the place. Indiana. Oh, I can't even remember all the places. They're all over. Most of them are in Indiana, though. How are you all doing? I dig Daytona. I dig Daytona. Do you really dig in Daytona, or do you just dig it? And hey, David, what's up, man? How are you doing? Hi, Winter. How are you doing? Yeah, I never, as you see, I'm still sitting in the same place, but tomorrow that all changes. Right after I said I was gonna clean all this out, the very next day, chest pains all day. Didn't do a flipping thing. And then today I felt really well and thought about doing it, but it was doctor day for the wife. So we spent going to the doctor, sitting around, and really didn't have time. So I thought, heck, I got it one more time all set up. I'm going to do one more thing. Haha. Metal detect on the beach. Yep, that's digging it, all right. Every time you find something. Hi, Connie. And then I seen somebody from Michigan. Jerry, how are you from Michigan? How's Michigan? I bet you're not wearing your flip-flops and stuff outside yet. We're over here, like flip-flopping it and doing all that. Actually, I watched some of your videos. I dig Daytona, and I subscribe to your channel. I try to subscribe to everyone that has a channel and they're putting out videos and stuff, and I watch them. I only watched like a couple though, I got to admit, but I am subscribed and I'll be checking it out more. Hi, Larry or Odie. Yeah, man. While we're in the doctor's office today, I was actually looking at they're estimating where this space station might fall. And it mostly had just a big green stripe all across the world, all the way around, right? They don't know where it's going to come down. So this ought to be really interesting. I want it to fall and crash right in my neighborhood too, like at least down the street and bounce around, take out a few cars, that would be kind of fun. Unless it's coming down so big that, it hits like a Hiroshima bomb or something. I know I wouldn't like that. That would be kind of uncool. Yeah, so it's Friday night. It's totally open. It's open lines, open conversation. One last time in the bedroom or the bedroom / studio, drinking coffee, enjoying life, that's what it's all about. Isn't that what it's all about? Let me move the camera a little bit here. Maybe I should do that in the other. Maybe I should do that in the other screen. There we go. That looks a lot better. Okay. Oh no, not that. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So, like I saw this thing on Facebook today. It was like 40 is the new 30 and 50 is the new 40. And so can Thursday be the new Friday? Just something to think about. Hi, Brown Dwarf. How are you, man? It is Friday. Yeah, I heard it was the size of a school bus too. And if it comes in, without any brakes or anything like that, it probably will make a huge crater. So it could land like a few blocks away. Maybe, maybe it could hit the drug neighborhood that's like 6 or 8 blocks down over there. Nah, I don't want any little kids to die. So, How's it going, Ghost Wolf? I should put my phone number because it's totally open chat, open. Like, I don't really have anything that I'm going to talk about exactly. Uh-oh. don't know what my phone number is. Isn't that sad? I'm using a different phone, so I'm not real sure. And I don't know what I did with my box that I had the phone number on it. But it's it's that one phone that I always use. What, 270 2749, I think. Wait, here it is. 270 2249. So it's 270. Oh. There we go. If anyone wants to call in, that's there. Just if they want to. You don't have to. Yeah, really great videos, Brown Dwarf. I've been enjoying watching yours. You don't do wood knocks? That's like Bobo's rapport. That and screaming. I know you go out with Bobo quite a bit, don't you? Or is just every so often? Hey, James D, what's up, man? Yeah, the thing's giving me, YouTube's giving me a message. I haven't uploaded any default profile. Huh? I don't even know what that is. Oh, you only went out with him one time? I guess I've been out with him a lot, quite a bit. That 1 week he was here, we did a lot of squatching in a week. I guess it was a little over a week, really. We took him up to the Thule Reservation, and Bobo was all excited all the way there. It was like a 2-hour ride, and he was like, "This is Mecca. This is Mecca for a Bigfooter," And I had a great joy just watching Bobo and Cliff, enjoy the painted rock and everything. They were really getting into it, and they did the smudge and a little ceremony, and threw out some tobacco and stuff like that. And it was interesting to see how those guys reacted and their reactions. And I mean, it looked like Bobo was like a kid in a candy store over there. Like he was in the middle of the Bigfoot world where, it was really fun to watch. And then it was fun talking to him afterwards. He's a really cool guy, really cool. I mean, really cool. I actually, I won't tell the whole story or nothing. Bobo knows and I know, and some of those other guys that work with him know. But that guy Bobo saved me, and I was going to have a terrible night if it wasn't for Bobo. And it's kind of a personal thing, and I'm not going to share it just because of that, but Bobo's really cool, man. He has your back. If you ever have a problem, he has your back. So that's the coolest thing ever. Can I turn my mic up? Yeah, I can. Let me see here. Okay, how's that? Is that a little bit better? I did some stuff, and I've been playing around with some audio, and is that better? How's that? I was having some audio problems because I moved some things around, and it was acting like I had two microphones and I had two audio things going on, and I think it was the camera has a microphone on it. So I was trying to figure out like why, last time I put that little video up the other night in the middle of the night just a little edit job. And I should probably explain that a little more. And I know Jeffrey's not going to sue me. I was just joking around. But how I pick that little edit thing is I wasn't picking it for the conversation inside the actual shows that I was taking it from. I actually was picking the name, the person that we were interviewing. So I picked the videos by the persons that we interviewed, and then in the editing program, you can grab each end of the video, and then you can just slide it over, and it cuts off all of it, right? So what I did was I just grabbed each end and I slid it in until I had like 2 or 3 minutes, and that's what I worked with. It. I did not know what was going to be said or anything in that, and then then I tried to like start the edit where it seemed relevant, you know what I mean, and then end it where it seemed relevant to end it. And that's all I did. And I just threw like, I think 5 shows out of 200 shows. I picked 5 of some of the ones that I thought were, interesting. And then when I was listening back, and I'm like, oh wow, that was interesting, and that's another place when I put that show up, that's another place where I had to play with the editing. Just like right now, I fooled around just for the Chuck Sanchez, a really good friend of mine, helped me out tremendously with the studio equipment. He's a DJ, and he sent some of his DJ equipment to me and really helped me a lot, man. I really kudos to Chuck. But he also sends me graphics all the time. Like at the start, I put up that little foot that says Squatch Zone in it. He made that, and then I was doing some I told you guys that I was like messing around with the equipment and playing with the settings, and trying to make the computer crash. Well, I had like, I don't know, 3 hours of me playing the flute. It's probably not the best part of the 3 hours. I don't want to sit through it to find the best. So I did the same thing, I just grabbed a clip, cut it down to a few minutes, and then stuck it in there and let it play. And I probably got the worst part too. I didn't listen to it at all. I did that in the last 3 minutes before I went on, was grab that audio. That was like a last minute idea, throw the Bigfoot or the foot with the Squatch Zone in it, and then put the audio on. So that's what I did. And I've been playing with the idea of actually having some kind of intro just for the heck of it, but I want it to be flute music and homemade graphic guy. Hey Renee, what's up? Yeah, no more Gonzo. He got rid of me, he got rid of me. Kind of funny though, like I didn't know when I did that show of the girl with the track up there in the hills that just recently got found. It's a group that's the mountain group that I'm in, and little did I know that he wasn't part of the group, but he got added to the group really quick, and he had the teacher of the high school actually interview the girl. And then once they had the interview, then they had to get permission from the parents. So I mean, like within an hour, Jeffrey had everything, and he's now part of the Mountain Mouths group. And I thought that was kind of a little bit like, ouch, he's like in a competition and he's trying to jump on it before I get anything out there. But what I thought was kind of funny is I thought he already had all that and did a show and everything, and I kind of waited a few days, so I thought he already did something. And then I came out and started talking about the track and showing it and everything. And I kind of, I guess, got it on the air before he did, the actual pictures of it, you know, doing a show on it, I guess. If you want to call this a show, I call it hanging out with my friends. It's the Squatch Zone. It's where we talk about everything and anything, and we just zone. It's the place where we all come and hang out, and we drink coffee, and we chat and have fun. And that's what this is to me. Wow, JG, that kind of sounds like a some kind of military term. I always tried to. What's, you know, another funny thing in that video, the little editing thing I did, the little edit clip. In the first part of it, it was one of my favorite intros with Possessed Tranquility, and it goes way back, you know. And I was sitting by the telephone booth. Hi, Christina, what's up? And I would be singing with the music and stuff. So he always had my mic off all the time. And that's how I could tell my mic was off, is I would start singing to the song, you know, and if I couldn't hear myself in the headset, then I knew my mic was off. And he if you watch that little clip, I'm like messing around with the iPad and I'm moving it around and stuff like that, because we're sitting in the dark and I'm just fooling around, just being me, you know. And you could see him turn and look at me, and then he's like swatting at me, trying to make me stop doing that, you know, because he wants a professional show. And I was just having fun. And you know, if it's not fun, it isn't fun, you know what I mean? Like, I have a hard time wanting to be someplace that I'm not having fun, even if it's work. If I'm not having fun at work, then I'm changing jobs, you know. That's just me, you know what I mean? Like, have fun, enjoy what you're doing. Don't life's too short to not be enjoying life. So I try to make everything fun, you know. Yeah, I really liked being on the Art Bell thing. And I think Jeffrey did too. Only we were having an issue over there, and it wasn't a bad thing. The whole Dark Matter was set up as a podcast, no video. So when we would go on, we were doing video. So then we were just sending our audio over to Dark Matter, and then they were running it live on the Dark Matter network. Only a lot of times we were showing pictures and videos and stuff like that, and then that didn't parlay over to audio very well. So there's people driving around in their trucks, trucking and doing stuff like that, and they couldn't, you know, they didn't know what we're talking about, because we're saying, man, look at that. Can you imagine if that flew over your house or something like that, you know? And it wasn't working out all that well. And so but we did do the Art Bell thing for like 2 years, and I enjoyed it. I thought about podcasting this, but only I'm gonna actually show pictures and stuff like that. And I found through that experience of the Dark Matter network, video doesn't you know, transfer to audio that well, especially when you're looking at a track, you know, and you're talking about the track and what it looks like and all this stuff, and everybody that's watching can see the track, but only all the people that's only listening can't. And it's kind of, I don't want to do that to anyone. I'll just stay with video and stuff like that. I started with Jeffrey in 2010, and I was behind the camera at first, we were, like I was doing all the tech stuff, and how it all, I actually, we were hanging out way before that, investigating and doing things, we're just friends and hanging out. And then his laptop took a crap. And then I fixed his laptop. I fixed things. I could fix laptops and stuff like that, computers. And he came over and brought his laptop, and I fixed it. And then I went into the studio with him, and he was only doing, at the time, he was only doing podcasts. So his laptop could handle that, right? It could handle the just audio only. And then when he switched over to live stream about that time, and he was the Singer Paranormal Society, right? And I kept on telling him the name's too long. Finally, we went to Paranormal Central. Still, I think that's too long because you can't hardly say it. Well, Paranormal Central, you get all blah, 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 blah. But, make it SPS or something really easy, and something easy to remember too. But only Paranormal Central works, and it pretty much says what his show is, so that works, But I fixed it, and then while we're in there, when we're trying to do a live stream with it, and he cut the podcast all the way out, and he's doing live stream, and his computer, the little laptop, just could not do it. It was, I had it on the lowest settings, and it was overheating and shutting down and stuff like that. It was an older computer too, so that didn't help. It was like 4 years old. So I volunteered my services. I told him, until he can get a computer, I'll just bring my computer over, which at the time was only 1 year old. And I built it to be a smashing gaming rig, right? It can handle video, anything in 2009, 2010, 2011. But then, so we started doing that, and then he started having, he was having guests, and I'm interested in this stuff, like that's how me and him got together, was investigating things. So I had questions. So I would ask questions, and then Jeff would have to repeat it because I didn't have a microphone. And the next time I came in, there was a microphone. And he said, when you have a question, just, everybody, I guess everyone was emailing him and sending him messages saying, hey, that was a good question. We want to hear what he has to ask. So he gave me a microphone. So then I had the microphone, and I didn't use it a lot, but when I had a question, at least once or twice a show, I would ask a question of the guest. And then I guess 3-4 shows go by, and little did I know, there was people saying, who's that asking the question? We want to see that guy. We want to see who it is asking the question. So I came in one night, and there was a chair and a microphone and everything in front of the camera. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, come on, everybody's asking. Nobody's watching anyways, just a few people, 25 or so, 30 maybe. And I'm like, all right, and that's actually how we got going right there. And the rest is history, as you say. Like I was always in front of things. The only thing is, my butt wasn't tight enough, and my boobs weren't big enough, and that was the whole problem right there. And another problem was, a lot of people, that was Jeffrey's problem with me, because he wanted somebody appealing and looking good, and also knows the topic. So I knew the topic, but only I wasn't all like looking hot in a skirt, So that was like one reason that he wanted to get rid of me. Then the one that got me though was, and he'll never say this, and he'll probably, now this might get him mad, he didn't like it when anyone upstages him. And I wasn't trying to upstage him. I wasn't doing anything to upstage him. I actually sat quiet a lot of the times and just let him talk. Only I was real popular on the show. I had a lot of popularity, and people, I mean, I got a lot of fan mail, and I guess he did too. And he didn't like that. And a lot of times he had my mic turned way low. That way, when I would start talking, nobody could hear me because he had the mic set low, and then he would have to turn it up, you know. And that part, you know, it really didn't matter to me, because it, like, in the beginning it was his show, it was always his show, but only I kind of grew to the show, and I know it was hard for him to get rid of me, kind of, because of that, because of how much I put to the show, you know. But only I got to tell you, I really am glad that it's not, I'm not part of it anymore. There, like, because of my disability, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't set a time on this one yet. I haven't found, like, if I can't even count on my own self, like, to set a date, if I wanted to do something just for me, not thinking of anyone else, just me, I can't even count on my own self to set a date and time to do something and always be able to do it. And there was a lot of times I was sitting there in that studio and I should not have been sitting there, but I'm that guy that I won't quit. So there was a lot of times I barely could sit there, and Jeff knew. I let him know. Only I hope I hit it really well. I mean, that's what I do, you know, is I go through life hiding the pain part. And so when I started doing this one, I am gonna, you know, once we finish everything and I get in the other room and we're all done with, you know, having people painting and carpeting and doing all that stuff, and I get to set up in a room permanently, I probably will pick a day and a time, and I'll try to stick with it, you know. And that way, if I don't show up, I could always put up a rerun or something like that, and something will be there. So I won't sweat it like so bad, you know. But I realize that being having a set time, everybody knows and can get there, you know, and it's not. It's better, you know what I mean? It's not conducive to getting a lot of subscribers when you're hit or miss here or there or whatever. But hey, at the moment I can't do anything about it, and I'm not going to sweat it. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'll grow into it eventually. And I'm just glad you guys hang out with me and all that. You guys are the greatest. I have like the best fans in the whole world. I'm biased, of course, but even the new people that come in, great. I mean, I don't have trolls. I mean, every once in a while I get one, but they don't last for some reason. Like, they send me one message, or one guy sent me like 50 messages one time in a row. I guess he was trying to prove a point, but it was just one guy, you know, so I haven't really, I don't have trolls or nothing. Now watch the trolls show up. No, I don't talk to Jeff anymore. At first I was a little bit upset about that, because he kept using people would tell me that he's talking about me, you know, like, not bad, but he's including me in all this stuff that I wasn't doing, you know. And it was like, if we're gonna go, you know, if there's an investigation and we're gonna go out, then and I get named, then, you know, I want to go. I'm not mad at him or anything like that. I understand that he wants to have a TV show, and he has an idea of how that goes, and I really like the guy. Really, I think maybe he has a little bit of an ego, but only I could deal with that. I've worked in the casino industry. I worked with egos, okay? Like, I had meetings with them weekly. Some of the directors and top people in casinos, they really think they're all that in a bag of chips. Believe me. They got all the money and the nice car, and oh my God, they are God when it comes to casinos. And so, I dealt with it on a daily basis, and a lot of their employees didn't like them either. So, they liked me better, almost like the Jeff and me thing, Everybody rather work with me than work with, the slot director or whatever, the guy with the pink slip pad in his pocket that was writing everybody up for everything. But, yeah. So, that part. So I haven't talked to him that much. At least not for a while. Hey, Vince, how's it doing? Hey, Carol and L. Shepherd, what's up? Yeah, L. Shepherd, he's the one that asked the question about Jeffrey. Yeah, just only a little bit of an ego. It's not really that big. It might fit in his truck, but maybe not in the room, but in his truck. No, wait. It won't fit in his truck, but it'll fit in the room, yeah, something like that. I don't want to make fun of him. I like him. And actually, I would like to go on some of the investigations with him. If anything, if he's listening, or there's people that are telling Jeffrey what we talk about and everything, tell him. I really would like to go on some of the investigations. I do have a little input there, and I think I actually taught him a lot of stuff about tracking and Bigfoot behavior and stuff like that he's using now. And I guess he doesn't need me anymore because I taught him everything that I know about tracking and how animals work and think and stuff like that. And so, that's where we're at right now. And actually, I've been enjoying doing my own thing and going out on my own stuff. Now I have a computer. I actually can get my camera out and actually shoot stuff and put it all together and edit it and bring it back and share it with you guys. That actually makes me really happy. How's it going, Arlo, man? How you doing, man? I've been praying for you, bro. You've been on the top of my prayer list for sure, brother. I have no idea. I've watched a few of the shows. Like, I watched the one where he interviewed that girl that left the track, and I tune in here and there when I hear he's going to have a good one. Like, he had John Lear on, and I tuned in for a little bit of that one, but it was hard to listen to because I don't think Jeff checked out John Lear too much, so we really didn't have much to talk to him about. So it was kind of like a weird show, so I tuned out. Sure they do, Renee. The camouflage, as long as you're not moving, if you're walking around, it doesn't blend in well. You know what I mean? Like the outline of a person, you can see it really good. But as soon as you stop, and if you don't move, you'll blend in really good with a ghillie suit, especially, or camouflage clothes. You could lay down or stand by a bush, and people won't see you like right off. If you get inside the bush and maybe change the color on your face, like camouflage your face, they might not see you at all. That's kind of cool. Yeah, isn't that suck, Christina? That's how I feel. Like, all of a sudden, I'm not cool enough anymore to hang out with the big boys, and that kind of hurts a little bit. Is 1 minute you're you're there, and then the next minute you're just like dead, you know. And that's kind of how I feel, like he killed me off, kind of like a soap opera, you know. A Bigfoot, to catch a Bigfoot, I would be the ghillie suit for sure, not the camouflage. And I would probably, the hard part with sneaking up on a Bigfoot is, first you have to know where they are. And I mean, you have to know right where they are. Geographically, you have to know right where they are. Because if you don't know where they are, they could be watching you. So you show up in your ghillie suit, you pick out a spot, you lay down, you put some brush over you and everything, and then you got to lay there for hours. You may have to pee your pants and stuff, so wear Depends or whatever, because you can't move. But only if they watched you lay there, you're never going to see them. You know what I mean? So you really do have to know where they're hanging out. I mean, like, really know. Why, thank you, Vince. I feel like the man. Nah, I just feel like me. You know, I got my feelings hurt a little bit, though. I got to admit, and I'm not the first one actually to get cut. You know, like, I watched a lot of people get cut, and I felt bad for those people. It was hard to watch him cut people because I didn't see anything wrong. Most of it was they weren't moving fast enough, or they couldn't catch his vision, you know, and a lot of times it was because he couldn't paint a picture that everybody could see of his vision for them to catch it. You know what I mean? They're just supposed to get it and run with it, and you know, they couldn't. And it doesn't mean they were bad people. It just means they couldn't understand what he was talking about most of the time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Most of the time, if you sit down, see, he puts these deadlines, and if everybody doesn't meet the deadline, then you're out, you know. And that's just how it is. I mean, he sets his watch. If he says a time, you better be there on time, because if you're not on time, you're out, you know. I mean, he's rough when it comes to that, you know. That's exactly it, James. That's exactly it. And I don't want this to be the bag on Jeffrey show, but you know, it's open Friday, open chat. I got a phone number if anybody wants to call in. They got great stories. Let me see. I know I typed it in here, but I got to do it again. 270-22. Oh wait, I got to put the 559, right? So 559-270-2249. Oh, I should put a hyphen in there. 2249. I'm pretty sure that's the number. If you guys want to call, that's cool. If you don't want to call, that's cool. But I want to talk about what you guys want to talk about tonight, and I love the questions. Let me see. I was bow hunting in camo, sitting on a stump, and two gun hunter walked right by me. I thought they saw me, but they did not. When they got close, I was afraid to move, thinking a shot could go off. True. You might have scared the life out of them if you would have moved. They'd fall on the ground. Ah! Like, what was that? You know? Yep, they might have shot you. A lot of people told me that when I left, a lot of people quit watching. And I feel bad for him on that, because I know how much he puts into it. He really wants to be successful. He really wants to be on TV. He wants to be famous, real famous. That's what he really wants. And I believe that if you want something, you do whatever it takes to get there, and there is no reason that you can't be whatever you want to be. But you can't be whatever you want to be, and I don't care what job it is, if you're stepping on everyone, hurting people, using people, cutting people, you know, like that isn't how you, it takes usually a team of people to, like say for instance at the casino, and I did $1 million promotion. I wrote it. I wrote all the posters. I wrote up all the commercial ads for the radio and TV and drew it all up and put it all together, passed it out. But did I really do it? No. It took everybody in that casino to do it. It took the restaurant. It took security. It took the slot people. It took the maintenance people. I mean, everybody did that, and not me. I mean, all I did was dream it up, and then I implemented the plan to everyone, and we all made it succeed. And that was one of my things was when I was in the casino, is that there were, you know, the ones with the egos, they always absorbed everybody's glory, you know. Me, look what I did, you know, even though they didn't do it. All their employees made them look good. In fact, I put a picture on my Facebook recently. It showed this guy with a Lamborghini, and one of his employees comes up and goes, "Oh man, that's a really nice car." And his boss says, "You know what? If you work hard, you meet all your deadlines, you surpass every goal, I'll have another one of these next year." Right? He didn't say the employee was going to have a Lamborghini. He said that he was going to get that Lamborghini because his employees got him that Lamborghini. That's more like it. That's true. It's kind of funny, but it's not really funny because some people do that. That is true. They just have to, you have to acknowledge all the people that help you get where you are. Like, I acknowledge all you guys. You guys are getting me where I'm at. And it would be cool if I made enough money on this to supplement my income, you know, to where I could take vacations and stuff like that with my wife. That would be great. I'm not going to kill myself to do it, though. You know, like I'm not going to go on every day and work my butt. I mean, if I could work, I would be off over in the casino working. So I can't kill myself and do it, but I can have fun at it. And if it winds up making enough money for me to go on a vacation, then I'm going on a vacation. But I'm not going to kill myself, you know. And I don't think anybody should kill themselves. If they're in a job that's killing themselves and they're not having fun, time to like get a new job, you know. And I know that's a fear thing. It's scary because you have you have your rent or your house payment and your car payment, and you know, you have mouths to feed and stuff like that, and there's responsibilities. But you got to think of yourself on that. Like, you're no good to anyone dead. So if you're not having fun you're just as good as dead, really, because you're not going to move up in your job. You hit your ceiling right when you stopped having fun. You're not going to move up at all. You'll have to kill yourself to do it, you know. But so don't kill yourself, you know. Find something you like to do and go for it. And you know what? You'll be the best at it. You'll fly past everyone because you're having fun, and they're not. They're at work, right? They're working and you're not. You're having fun. When you find a job where you're not working and you're having fun, you'll be the best. You'll be the top. Nobody can beat you. I'm living proof. I went straight to the top of the casino because I was having fun, and I enjoyed every last minute of it. In fact, I was talking with Ghost Wolf earlier. He pulled a 12-hour day where he works, And it's been a while for me, since like 2001, I think, when I stopped working. But I used to do 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. And then a lot of times the seventh day they called me in. Only it wasn't work. They had to make me go home. They had to remind me that how long I was there, and I was on salary, so they really didn't care that much. But I was having so much fun. I look forward to going to work. I mean, I did. I had so much fun. It is so much fun. And I was the top guy over there just because I was having fun. And I think that was the key to it. So I'm losing. I got to get back to chat. Let's see. Who's going to call in? You don't have to call in if you don't want to. Okay. You could be my drummer. Because I bet you could play the drum. I bet you could. In fact, I can't wait. Like Christina asked me earlier today about Adolf and the trip to 101102 Courtright Reservoir, the abduction area. That's coming up, you guys. Today I was in shorts, flip-flops, t-shirt. It's beautiful. It was 82 or something like that today. It was absolutely gorgeous. And so that means, and I was talking to Adolf earlier too, and he was saying somewhere around June he's working overtime so he could have some time off, and we could go over there and camp out for 3 days where they had their abduction. I can't wait, man. That's going to be fun. Well, you know why he turned off the comment section is because it was nothing but negative comments, even when I was there. But they weren't aimed at me. I mean, he has some serious trolls. I used to trip out on that, man. He would get some scary emails, and I think he talked about it on his last show about death threats to his family and stuff like that. I mean, I know he doesn't do anything to deserve that, though. But man, he gets the wackos going and calling it, saying stuff to him. And I feel bad for him on that. Right, yeah, that's right, huh, Pam? They were after you too, huh? I remember that. Crazy, huh? I haven't had very many here at all. I had a couple, and most of them they were not really trolling. They're just telling me how they want me to conform to the YouTube way, I guess you would call it. Like, if you watch YouTube, like I do a lot because I cut the cable, so I stream everything now to the TVs using a Roku, and you can put YouTube and stuff like that. Well, if you watch, everybody's doing the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like ties. I hate ties. You know why? Because you have to wear one. Like at the casino, we were supposed to dress in a suit and a tie. I never did. Never. Not unless I really, really had to. But I avoided that. I would wear slacks and a polo shirt. It would make those guys so mad because I didn't conform, So here we are on YouTube, and now I get these YouTube guys telling me I need an intro, I need this, that, and I could go and do this and this, and they want it to look like that. And if I don't do that, then I'm not a real YouTuber. Like, oh, cool. I'm upsetting their YouTube apple cart. Well, sorry, but only I do my own thing, and they're just trying to emulate everyone else. Well, I'm sorry, but when there's 100 zillion of you doing the same thing, it's hard to pick a good one. You know what I mean? Like, who do you pick? That's my intro. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm praying for you and I love you. That's something nobody tells you on YouTube either. I love you. How many people tell you they love you besides your family? Maybe that's what's wrong with our world, you know? Nobody cares. I care. Okay, I really do. I care. I care about your health. I care about your family life. I care about your work life. I care about, you know, if you're in pain or not in pain. If you are, you know, you let me know that. I mean, you don't have to say what's wrong. Just say you need prayer. You got it. I do care, and that I think that's something that we need in this world a lot more. A lot more. Well, according to the YouTube guys, I set the bar real low, you know, real low. Maybe that's what's scary to them. You know, like they all have those freaking now the new intro in YouTube is come on and say something, blah blah blah. We have a show like this, and then it goes to their intro, which is like 3 seconds, you know, and then they're back. You know, and they're doing all these jump cuts and everything, and it's all recorded. They don't do live. Hardly anyone does live. So I don't know. I'm enjoying myself though, and I enjoy talking to you guys, and I enjoy watching the brainless YouTubers follow everybody around doing the same thing, like sheeples. You know, I'm definitely not a sheeple. I'm awake. And so are all my people. You guys are awake too. That's what's so cool. Everybody that tunes in this show is awake. And I applaud you for being awake. It is so easy to tune out and go to sleep. But we shouldn't be asleep. Not now, right now, these days and times we live in is not a good time to be asleep. We need to be awake. And they're doing everything in their power. The ones that control the media and the governments and all that, they're doing everything they can, corporations, to keep us asleep. They want you to know all the scores of all the football games. They want you to be tuned into that soap opera. They want you not tuned into what's going on. And right now you can't believe one dang thing the media says. It is all lies. I'm gonna tell you right now, they haven't said one truth in a long time. I mean, they're lying through their ass. I mean, it is terrible, man. Terrible. I can't watch the news. Every once in a while I watch it and it's all bull. It's all bull. One of the cool things about doing what I do is I get to know people like Sword Point 9, for instance. Sword Point 9 is well connected in the black ops, the you know, all the law enforcement of the military, the Marine Corps, all those guys, generals, all of them. So he knows what's going on, right? And he'll tell you it isn't what the news is saying. That's for dang sure. He actually says we're winning, right? The good guys are winning. We're going to see a big change coming in our government. And right now, the people that are going out are kicking and screaming, and they're using the media to send messages that aren't real to keep everybody asleep and hope that we don't wake up to the fact that they're a bunch of evil, pedophile, satanic weirdos. And we should have got rid of them a long time ago, man. We should have got rid of them. And I'm not saying Trump is a saint. I actually believe Trump doesn't have a clue God's using him. You know that? I mean, he might be waking up to it here now, but I don't think that he knew that God put him in there. In fact, my mom bought a book. Let's see, where did I do with that book? Here it is. I'll have to show you guys. Get this book, or look this guy up on YouTube. It's called The Trump Prophecies, right? And Mark Taylor and Oh, I don't know what the Mary Colbert. Get that book. It's great. What's really cool is if you follow Q and you know you're an awake person and you follow Q and you know what's going on behind the scenes, this book is God telling you that he's taking America back from the evil, right? It's God's plan. It's not Trump's plan. It's God's plan. And all this that's happening right now is God taking back his country. Remember, God, in God we trust, right? I mean, the whole country was set up like that. And he's sick of having the devil and his detail running the show. And he's taking it back. He's going to take it back, and we're going to see arrest after arrest after arrest after arrest, and I mean, it's going to get good. And right now, from what I understand from my sources that are on the inside, it already is really good, but they're not reporting it, okay? They're not reporting it, but it is getting good. Hopefully, it spills out, and pretty soon the media can't not tell the truth, you know what I mean? They'll have to come out with it sooner or later, and I can't wait. But I just plugged a book, and I didn't. Maybe I should have the guy on the show. I don't know, but that's a good book so far. I love it. I have no idea. I didn't know. I didn't know we're having a blue moon. So once in a blue moon, huh? So a blue moon, and we might see a false flag. We're going to see false flags. You know what's really sad? This is something I know. These bad guys that are being taken out, they're fighting back. They've been in power so long, and they've been above the law for so long, and they've been pulling the wool over our eyes and making us believe one thing while they're doing the other thing. Totally satanic, totally. If we knew the truth, we would hung them ourselves. We would go over there and hang them ourselves. It's that bad, okay? If we knew the truth, we would have done it a long time ago. And now they've been doing it so long, they still think they're impervious. Right? It hasn't dawned on them yet that they're losing. It hasn't dawned on them yet that their kingdom is coming down, right? They don't know. They're still oblivious to the fact. They still think they're above the law. Only I think some of them are starting to figure it out. But they're not, and as they do, they're going to get more dangerous, like cornering a wild animal like a Bigfoot. You corner a Bigfoot, you're going to get your head and your limbs ripped off, right? Well, these guys are going to get cornered, and they're going to put up a fight. Only they're up against our Marine Corps. The military is finally coming back into its glory. They dismantled our military and cut off all funding. I mean, it was nothing. It was just a shell of what it used to be. It wasn't anything to be proud of. And then they were selling off all of our secret technology and everything to China and Russia and everything, trying to be the global world community. That's what that means, global, one world government. Everybody knows everything, right? No. We should never have done that. Never. And I hope they get in a lot of trouble for doing that. But they're going to get cornered. And the sad part is there's going to be more death. And they use things, the false flags, like school shootings and stuff like that. And they're using the gun grab thing, take everybody's guns, because that actually is their real plan. Because they know, look, if we had a bunch of guns and we found out that what they were really doing, we would have used our guns on them. We would have stormed Washington and went after him. If we would have found out a long time ago that they're the ones that is running the drugs and the guns and everything, and they're in control of it, our government, right? The people we put in there, I'm telling you, man, it's a sad state of affairs that we let that go on so long. And I mean, it was because they weren't telling the truth, and they were using the media and movies and songs and everything, but they were telling us little tidbits in the movies and everything, but we weren't putting it together. Well, finally we are. And if they would have got their way and took our guns away from us, then they would have they would have won, and then they would have their way with us. And believe me, everyone would be poor. That's what they want. Everyone poor. They want everything. They want access to everything. They want to lock you out of the woods. They want to put you in a city and lock you in it. That's what they want. No gun, no money, locked in a city. You can't go out walk in the woods. You can't do anything. That's what they really wanted. So I'm glad to see that Trump's in there like a bull in the china shop, and he is tearing stuff up, probably more than I even know. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Just the thought of it happening makes me happy. Yeah, they did. And then I heard Russia rolled over on them. Russia rolled over on Hillary and them. And actually, from what I understand, Russia bought all the uranium because they didn't want it in the hands of anybody else. They're afraid that if that got out, they could get attacked too. So they actually bought it all up on purpose. And then they rolled over on him with Trump, and they're going to tell the truth of what they did. And this ought to be really good when it comes out. He's trying really hard. He's trying. And if you listen to the media, though, he's not doing anything. He's just a big bumbling fool, but he's anything but that when you talk to our military guys. They all are way behind him. Yeah, keep an eye on him, Miranda. I don't like the vaccine thing either at all. And now, like they want so many of them. That's my grandson, right? That we're talking about. Hi, Miranda. Hi, Bryson. He's probably in bed already. But only on a recording can put it on. Hi, Bryson and Jay and everybody. Love you guys out there in Indiana. I love you, Miranda. Never met you, but I owe you a hug. Yes, I do. I miss my family that's way out there. Hopefully YouTube will make me enough money, or however this works, that I can go visit this summer. That's one of the vacation things I was talking about, that me and my wife can go see our grandkids they should be, I know it's only like 15 or 1,700 miles, but it could be 1,000,000 miles at this point, Hey, Adolf, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm with you. After I saw Bigfoot, I won't go in the mountains alone at all. And now that I know about your story, that even makes it even harder to go in the mountains alone. Yeah, they've been hitting me up on when we're going to go camping up there. They don't want to. I don't think it's going to be a ton of people. I have a feeling it's only going to be a handful that go up with us. And they're like, when? I don't know. We haven't really landed on a date. But I think most of them, they say they will, but I have a feeling that at the last minute, fear will stop them. They'll start thinking like, wait a minute, there's monsters and aliens out there. And they might get us, put us asleep, take us away. Oh, heck yeah. Gotta have Ghost Wolf. Dang, man. We only went once, but it was like, until everybody showed up, that was one of my favorite times, hanging out with you, Ghost Wolf, walking down the road and stuff. That was great. And I'm glad you're only like 100 miles away or something like that, because you can make it. Yeah, but only I can't remember, but I think me too, Adolf. Me too, man. The only thing that I don't care, like a Bigfoot could come in and throw rocks and stuff like that, but that's about, and maybe run through the camp, and I'll be okay with that. But it's that thing. I don't want to know the first part of the bus or the back part of the bus or even the middle of the bus. I don't want to know. I already think I got abducted anyways already, but I don't know for sure, so I can't say. I know when I went on that non sequitur show. Did you guys catch that one? Man, those guys ripped me, man. Mostly the chat. They ripped me good. I mean, it was a bunch of non-believers, and so were the hosts of the show. They're not really believers, and then they would never let me finish a thought. And I'm really bad too. Like I'll start a thought even on here. I'll start and say something and then think of something and then go off, and I'll never come back to it. Sometimes I feel so bad about that, but that's part of that nerve disease I have. It affected my brain. I'm not as sharp as I used to be before I died. After I died, I lost some of the mental acuity that I had, but I make up for that, and now in more paranormal ways, like empathy and stuff like that, I have. But only, yeah, those guys ripped me in chat, but it was still fun, and I might go on there again. What do I think about the Corey Good info? I haven't really researched a whole lot of that. I think I've watched maybe 3 of the shows about the space, the blue avians and stuff like that. I'm not sure what to think. Like, I'm not sure what to think about that. I would not doubt that we have a space program, and I mean, just because I have a cell phone and stuff like that, and the computer I just built, the technology from the last time I built a computer, like, it's a lot more advanced. Okay, so if this is just the technology we know about, just imagine what the, like Skunk Works and those guys have or have had for a long, long time. And I mean, it could be real. I just haven't really checked it out, or that guy Corey Good. A little bit Corey Good. I know he really was an MK Ultra. But one of the things I know about MK Ultra, the same thing with Donald Marshall. He says he's telling the truth and stuff like that. But then what he's telling you about is how they wipe your mind, and they give you a backstory, and they give you a bunch of memories and stuff like that they aren't yours, right? They're not real. And so they kind of like brainwash you. So then that's where I start, like, it isn't that I don't believe them, it's just like, what are they telling me? Are they telling me the truth, or are they telling me their brainwashed part? You know what I mean? Like, is it a disinfo thing that MK Ultra and our government's using on us, or to make, like, that's where I'm at with that. Not, I believe something happened to him, and I believe some of the stuff that they talk about, but only some of it. Like Donald Marshall. I've checked out Donald Marshall's stuff, and he's pretty much telling the truth. The only thing about Donald Marshall I worry about is that some of what he's saying is even like skewed towards the brainwash thing. I mean, he was in it since he was a little kid. So what I do know though is the people that are working with this bad cartel or whatever you want to call it, they're going down, and God's using our government to take them out, and they're up against our Marine Corps and our Special Forces guys, and they're going down. And there's not going to be any of this except for what is real information that shouldn't be out, like national security stuff that we'll never know probably, but a lot of it is hidden because it's nefarious, right? Satanic, nefarious crap, and they're hiding it because of that. We're going to find out about. Yeah, I agree, Miranda. I love Linda Moulton Howe. I always liked her. You could tell, she beats to her own drummer or whatever you want to call it. She's kind of like me. She does her own thing. She gets out there. She comes up with her own ideas, and she investigates like crazy. You know what I mean? And I think I like Linda Moulton Howe. I really do. And I believe a lot of the stuff she says. When she says she don't know, she don't know. If I don't know, I'll give you an opinion of what I think, but I'll still say I don't know. Just like Corey Good, I don't know, but what I think. Two different things there, isn't it? I know our elected officials are involved in it. All you have to do to find out about that is go back. All you have to do is Google Devin Nunes or go on YouTube and search Devin Nunes, Congressman Devin Nunes, and watch what happened to this guy over the last year. And now listen to some of the videos he's talking, that what he's saying now to the news people. And man, he used to be like when he would talk to the news, he was all laughing and smiling. He's dead serious now. He is out to get these people. And I'm so glad they didn't take him out. He was one of the first targets, him and Trump. And it came out. Everything they said about him is fake. It was all fake. So that means everything they're saying about Trump is fake. They don't want to get caught doing that spirit cooking and killing children, and stuff like that. Because that's really what's going on. It's real satanic. They're running guns. They're running drugs. And they're doing satanic rituals for power. And believe me, people, God has power, okay? There was a chant when I was in Africa, and we were riding in this bus one time. The people in the bus, the people that lived around there, they believed in Jesus. And I seen miracles over there like I don't see here. And I don't know if it's because their faith is stronger than our faith, but they started a chant, and they were chanting, Jesus is power, power is Jesus. Jesus is power, power is Jesus. After a little while, that whole bus was full of power. There was people getting healed of things like. It was amazing. There was power just from that, okay, that filled that bus up, a 3-hour bus ride, and it was amazing. It was palpable. You could feel it. Well, the dark side has power also, and that's what these people like. They like that power, and then they're promised that they get to be rulers over us and that we'll worship them, or they get all the money and the mansions and all that stuff. See, just like when Jesus was taken out in the desert and put up on the high mountain, and the devil said, I'll give you all these kingdoms. He should have known already that he was talking to the King of Kings, right? You can't give the king that already owns all the kingdoms a kingdom. You might be able to give him back a kingdom that you took, because that's what Satan did, but you can't give him anything that he doesn't already own, because he already owns it. And then he came and took it back anyways. He didn't have to get it from that guy, right? Well, we're watching that kingdom go down, the bad kingdom, the dark kingdom. But they do have power, believe me, and it comes from child sacrifice and bloodletting. And if you don't believe me, look up Moloch and Baal. And it goes way, 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 way back, that they were ordered to sacrifice their children to that bull-headed man thing. And they did. So, and they got power from it. Hi, Ruth Ann. Who are you leaving? All right, you have a good one, man. Oh, I don't even know if it's a man. I shouldn't be saying that. M. Harrison 35, you have a great night. Oh yeah, I do my due diligence, like Jeffrey has this saying, and it's true. We don't just talk about it. We go find out, right? We go find out. And like if it's chasing Bigfoots, we're out in the field chasing Bigfoots. Only I've done way more than chasing Bigfoots. Like even way before Jeffrey, I was after demons and all kinds of stuff, man. I've done all that stuff. And it's intensifying now. That stuff is intensifying. It's coming out. It's not hiding anymore. It's not in the shadows. It's not a joke. It's not something everybody laughs about. You ever notice that, like a few years ago, if you brought up certain things like aliens or UFOs or Bigfoot or conspiracy or anything like that, you got laughed out of the room. You know what I mean? Like everybody was laughing and joking. Everybody stopped laughing. Okay, something's going on, right? And everybody knows it. They might not know what it is, but they know something's going on. Nobody's laughing anymore. I mean, they try to make a joke out of it, but only it doesn't get the big hearty har-hars like it used to. You know what I'm saying? Something's going on. And we get to be blessed to live in this time, even though it's scary. And like my wife, she's like, why did I have to live right now? Would it have been better to live 400 years ago where they didn't have refrigerators and air conditioning and cars and airplanes? And, would that have been better? I think we're blessed to live now. Like right now, I can talk to my grandkids and my son, and they're all 2 sons, 3 sons, and daughter out there that's in another state. And I mean, real time, face to face with a camera and everything. I mean, like we live in cool times, right? We do. Blessed. And we could get in an airplane and be 5 miles up in the air looking down, and 2,000 years, 6,000 years, 5,000 years, nobody could do that, right? All they could do is stand on top of a mountain and get a view like that, but they couldn't get in an airplane and fly, anywhere. If I was going to go visit my kids in Indiana, I would have to pack up a wagon full of dried stuff, meat and pack it up and be ready for a 3-month, 6-month trip or something like that. That now I can drive in 3 days, and if I go nonstop, I could actually do it in a day and a half. So it's interesting days that we live in. I wouldn't even go into a Freemason thing. Good night, Connie. I probably should let you guys go. I'll go 8 more minutes, and then I'll let everybody go. You guys are great. You guys hanging out with me, on a whim. Just hanging out with me on a whim. But usually the low-level Freemasons, they don't have a clue. They're asleep. They don't know. It's the ones that are in the higher ups. And then if you get that high and they find out you're trying to infiltrate their thing to take them down, you'll disappear. That's the sad part. Your car will go off a cliff, or they'll pull you out of a lake or something like that. Pretty bad. I think we were chosen to be here right now too. And I miss Jay and Bryson and Christy and Audie. Man, I see the pictures and they're getting so big. And I see the pictures and I'm like, oh man, I'm missing out. And everybody was here and I was like all in the middle of it. But what I can say is the other grandparents and other family over there, they deserve a chance, a time also. So I had my time and I enjoyed every second. And I hope they're enjoying every second too. And I hope they're involved in their grandchildren and children. And I hope they are as much as I was. Because I think that's another gift that we got from God. That's how we are to Him. When you go get on your knees and pray to God, think of it like if your kid's coming to you and asking you for something and talking to you. That's how He looks at us, and that's how I feel. I feel blessed to, our little creations or whatever, and they're going to grow up, and they're growing up so fast, man. I'm missing chat, huh? Yeah, I have a grip of them. I have been hanging out with the other 3 though that are still here, and not a lot, like not as much as I want to, but at least like once a month or so I see them, and they've been like, here it's going to be summertime, so they get to spend the night and stuff like that. Only I'm gonna have to lock up all the studio stuff because they are techies, man. Little kids. Man, when I was a kid, I might have been good at moving the foil on the antenna. Remember that? Turn the antenna and move the foil back and forth, And I thought I was some kind of electronic genius, But, man, now the kids can grab your phone, unlock it, download a game and be playing on it and do all this stuff and then hide their tracks and you didn't even know they were on your phone, and even make comments on your Facebook and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. So I got to lock all that up, put passwords on everything so that they can't do all this stuff when they get in here. When they come in here, they think, oh wow, look, all this electronic stuff, yay. See, I feel like I was a kid not long ago, and then I just turned 59, so really it was a long time ago, and it doesn't seem like that long ago when my kids were little. I wonder. I was just thinking about this. I used to take my kids camping Not a lot, because I was usually by myself and just with kids, right? And I worried about Bigfoot and the kids, but I never thought I didn't know what I know now. I knew they were around and stuff like that, but I thought they were more scarce, like not. I didn't I didn't think that they were hiding behind the tree watching me every second like I know they do now. Like they know where people camp and they hang around over there and they watch you, right? Well, now that I know that, I probably wouldn't take my grandkids and stuff to the places that I took them to, not without a bunch of guns and some people. And I surely wouldn't let them out of my sight. That's for sure. Good night, Pam. "57. You're young." And everybody's getting quiet and leaving. I guess that means I should probably too, huh? Well, everybody over in Indiana that can hear my words, I love you guys. I miss you a lot. Yeah, Adolf, I can't wait to see your daughter. She's gonna be my best friend. Watch. I have a thing. Kids like me. I'll be having fun with that. But you're going over there, huh? Sooner or later, she'll come over here and I'll get to meet her. I can't wait. You know. But I like little kids. Even like when I'm in the doctor's office, sometimes kind of like creepy, I think. And I hope that the parents don't think I'm some kind of creeper, pedophile dude. But kids will come up to me and climb right in my lap and sit there and smile at me and stuff. Or like if it's little kids, they'll play games with me, like look over the shoulder from their mom, hide and seek and stuff like that. And I try to ignore them, but they like keep doing it. When I'm shopping in a grocery store, the little kid will be in the cart, the grocery cart with his, sitting in the little place where they seat you. And I've had little kids stare at me and smile. When I look over, then they start smiling. And then when I go by them, when I look, they're craning their neck to still look at me. And I'm thinking, am I that interesting? Like, weird, but that's how it is with me and little kids. Cool. Then I'm going to say, hi, Bryson. I'm going to try to go see Bryson's brother, Thomas, here real soon. I haven't seen him in a while, and he's about 4 hours away. But I hope she lets us see him. Amen, Carol B. And I stand with you in that. And I agree with you that they have to stay away from you and yours in the name of Jesus. And where two or more are gathered in his name, there he shall be. And when we agree on a thing, it shall be done in Jesus' name. There you go. Amen. Just stay in agreement with me and you'll be fine. And as long as we all stay in agreement, we can agree on anything and it'll just be. All right, you guys, it's been like an hour and a half, and I told her I would only do an hour. And then tomorrow for reals, as soon as my mom leaves, we're gonna tear this room up. Don't tell her, okay? Yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna tear this room up. And I won't work. It's gonna probably, like what used to take me 1 day, 2 days, it's gonna take me 2 weeks. Watch. But you guys rock. I want to say one more time, I love you. You're in my prayers every night. All of you are in my prayers every night. I pray for everyone. And Until next time, let me see if I can do this, okay? Until next time. Oh, and then it's not going to play, right? Is that what it is? Jeez. Oh, well. You guys have a good night.